Yeah.
So let's move on into our kind of main theme here. Of what we're going to be talking about is some of the best horror movies ever made, because we're running up to Halloween. And Sean, if you'd have read the article that I put up, I said that next week we've got a special guest coming. So this week was like a build up to that. Thank you.
And you also spelled my name wrong in that same article. You're so you're so proud. He's so proud of.
I've never seen a proud bit of just get blown out of the saddle so quickly. The way you just did.
It was because I was watching a film with Sean Bean in it. Anyway,
sure.
Anyway, so let's talk about some of our favorite franchises from different types of horror movies. So we've talked about Halloween as a series is now completely ruined. But I mean, best slasher movies. What would you guys say some of the best slasher movies out there?
Well, let's define them. I mean, does Texas Chainsaw count in that one? Or is that more of a...
Yeah, no, you can count that as a slasher.
Hillbilly crazy people like Hills Have Eyes. I don't know.
I've tried to sort of get them as rounded as possible. With these genres, because like I say, some of them I think will slip over a little bit. But I mean, you've got I just quickly looked up a list here. You've got things like Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, Opera by Dario Argento, Dress to Kill, Friday the 13th, Sleepaway Camp, which is brilliant.
Sleepaway Camp. Now that is a good one just because of the ending.
That ending is just
LGBTQ BBQ. Hashtag on that one, by the way, for those that haven't seen it.
I watched that last year for the first time. I didn't know anything about it. And when that end happened, I was kind of overjoyed and surprised and shocked all at the same time, because it was just like,
what happened?
That was so great.
The killer in the movie is named Angela, and at the end of the movie you see that Angela actually she's standing there with her boyfriend's decapitated head. She's completely naked, covered in blood, screaming, and it's a dude. She has a dick. You see full front of her. Yeah,
it was proper. Like, what the hell? It was great. It was great.
It's a very creepy ending too. If you've seen it back then, especially.
No, even now. Like I say, I was still.
If you go into it cold, not know anything about it, it's creepy as shit.
Yeah. I know. I'm a big fan of the very first Halloween. I think it's still very good. I think all the Friday the 13th are overrated nonsense to me. I never really was that big.
You son of a bitch.
Yes, even Mrs. Voorhees.
I think the first Halloween was great. I think what was genius about it is there are a couple of moments where you've got the actors playing out in the foreground, and you have the shape moving along in the background, but completely out of focus. And if you're not paying attention, you kind of miss it. And that to me was brilliant. It wasn't just like a monster. Because I mean, obviously all the B movies of the 50s and 60s and stuff, the monster was the monster, and you kind of always saw it and stuff. Whereas John Carpenter made it much more creepy, as a slasher movie. It's a brilliant piece of work, the original. But yeah, the rest of them.
There's some overlooked ones or lesser known ones around that time too. Like have you guys ever seen The Burning?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The Burning is one of my favorites, and it never did turn into a franchise, which is a shame. But some kids are at typical, it's a slasher. So kids are at a summer camp, and there's this guy that's been deformed because some rambunctious kids set him on fire years before it horribly disfigured him. So of course he wants to kill all teenage.
What I liked about that movie is that guy gets burnt horribly.
Can I finish talking about what I liked about it before you interrupt me?
Sorry, I thought you had. You took a breath. All right. Fine, go on then. I'll just read a magazine.
So Cropsy is the killer's name in that, and he uses shears, and there's some great kills in it. We see a guy lose his fingers. It's just got some really good stuff in it. Jason Alexander's in it in a very early role.
My favorite bit was he gets burnt quite badly, and he goes into hospital for X amount of months or years, however long it is. But then as soon as he comes out, he literally goes to a bar, picks up a prostitute, and takes her back to his place and kills her straight away. As if to sort of say, wonder how easy it is to kill someone. Oh yeah, it's dead easy. I can go to that camp now and kill the rest of those kids.
Have you ever seen it, Yoda?
No.
You should check that one. Well,
I don't know. I just the whole slide. They're like Psycho, excellent. It's classic of the genre. I think Psycho 2 is underrated.
I watched that recently, and yes, it is very good.
It is pretty good, yeah.
I don't know about 3 and 4. I've heard they're not that great. I guess 4 just ignores 2 and 3 and just he's married and he's like upscale. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's what they're doing. But I think the first Nightmare on Elm Street is proper scary. I remember him just walking down with the elongated arms. I don't know why. That just freaked the shit out of me.
The girl floating in the bedroom was the bit that got me. That was freaky.
I think the part that scared me the most when I first saw it back then was Johnny Depp sucked into the bed and then just a gusher of blood. You're like, what? Because you're like, what the hell happened to him? There's nothing. He just liquified,
Yeah, I know. And more blood comes out than is actually in a blue whale. It's
Second,
but
Nightmare on Elm Street
a lot
2,
of them are just
not so much.
Yeah, no, not so much.
I mean, with them, they kind of
aren't scary to me. They're fun. Some of them,
I was going to say they kind of embrace the cheesiness, and I kind of like that.
They made the pedophile child killer the hero, which is very strange.
Which is very strange from a film from Hollywood.
I know it. Who would have seen
very
that
strange. From a country who's got a president like it as well.
Allegedly.
Freddy Krueger Epstein. I don't know if you knew that was his full name, but
yeah, Krugerberg is his actual. Before he migrated, it was Krugerberg. Yeah.
What about Candyman?
Yeah, see, Candyman's another.
I was never a fan of Candyman because it has a black guy in it.
Yeah, I knew
No.
You said it before I did.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like that. The mythology of it. I don't know. It's all right, but I don't think it's.
I only saw it finally recently, and I went.
Yeah,
the original, not the new one. The original. One.
Yeah. We're talking about the original here.
At least it was. At least they tried to embrace a new IP. With it.
Yeah, Clive Barker. I think that was a Clive Barker story there originally, wasn't it?
Oh, right. That guy's fucked up.
He's gay,
No, that's surprising. Really? I'd never have guessed.
Really?
Yeah.
He's been leaving little tiny signs his entire career. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Someone's just straight over my head, that one.
What about things like My Bloody Valentine?
I love My Bloody Valentine. I love that movie.
It's kind of a weird. It's weird in the fact that it's set in a mine, but then it's kind of like it's these Valentine Days killings, and that to me.
In Canada, directed by the same guy that did Porky's and A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
There
I
is
want to see his new one. I want to see his new one.
Varied career, didn't he?
Until he was killed by a drunk driving illegal immigrant with his son. So, R.I.P. Bob Clark. Yeah, killed the drunk driving criminal alien hit him and his son and killed them both. He lived though. Criminal alien lived. They just deported him. Is all. He didn't go to jail. So don't worry. It's okay.
He's probably back now. He's probably back already.
I think he voted for Biden last election. As a matter of fact. No,
he couldn't have done. He's still alive.
This week on Firing Line.
Allegedly.
So not to wrap up slashers, but what would you say was your favorite or best slasher in your opinion?
My favorite is, it's hard to pin down one. I like the Friday the 13th because there are a lot of just the kills, fun. But probably underrated ones are a quick list: The Prowler, very mean spirited. The New York Ripper, Stage Fright. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh, American Psycho, I think, kind of counts. Would you guys disagree with that?
Yeah.
Well, unless it's all in his mind, I guess. But then I go to April Fool's Day, right, where the whole thing was.
I hate April Fool's Day, as you could guess from my.
See, I quite liked it. I thought.
Well, but like I've always said, you guys know that I hate like it was all in the mind or it was a drink. I hate that kind of shit. I want real consequences.
You should see Twilight Breaking Dawn
Yeah.
Part 2. It's amazing for that.
I'll take your word for that.
I can't imagine. Yeah, doing a crossover because what's his name? Matt's supposed to be watching. What is it? Necromantic. We should make sure and watch Twilight.
I've already seen Twilight. Seen Twilight, the first one. Have you seen Necromantic yet? By the way,
No.
they're not going to watch. They're not going to hold up their end of the bargain. I can tell already.
It's not.
He's dragging me into this shit. I never.
It's not. It generally isn't my fault. I just have I've got fucking 3 kids living here at the moment. It's just not practical to
watch it with them.
We're talking about the kind of movies that give you a blueprint on how to solve that problem.
We're trying to help, Matt. We're trying to help.
Well, I think so, 3 of them, 2 of the 3, their conception was probably very similar to Necromantic anyway. Felt like it.
As in one person was basically laying there like a dead thing. Yeah. That's
Felt like it.
Very much
Good
like
for you, Matt. Good for you, Matt. Make her do the work.
Or the fact she smelt like a dead person. I don't know.
Very much like my marriage too.
That's like the old joke, innit, saying about my wife has died. The sex is still the same, but the dishes are piling up. Yoda, what would you say is your favourite slasher?
This is starting to become one right now. Psychopaths. I guess Halloween. I don't know. I mean, let's face it. I'm not the best.
Normie pick.
Fine, whatever. I'm not the best guy to ask about all these disgusting rape, pull their guts out movies. It's not my.
That's fair.
It's not my favorite genre. So,
all right then, Matt. What would you say?
I don't really watch slashers. I would probably, if I had to, either Child's Play or
that's a good one.
Would From Hell count?
I'd count it. Maybe.
I suppose. Yeah. It's pretty much a slasher.
All right.
I'll
go From Hell then.
From Hell's a good
for
movie. Anyway. That's a good movie anyway.
All the ones we mentioned I've enjoyed, but I only recently watched Opera by Dario Argento, which is fantastic, where he puts the pins on the eyelids, so when he kills somebody, they can't shut their eyes because they'll stab themselves in the eye. So that was quite great.
How do you guys rate Scream? And this,
the original, I still quite like it, and I think the original was quite clever, but then it's just all gone to pot now. I
like the original a lot. Yeah,
I think the original doesn't hold up that much on repeat viewings. Is my problem.
No, that's the problem. Yeah. It's very, very 1990s. Very meta.
Yeah. Very. And then you have all those. I Know What You Did Last Summer and that kind of crap. It's just like.
The only reason to watch those is like Jennifer Love Hewitt, or to watch Scream is to, the worst thing about Scream is watching what's her called? Was she for
Courtney Cox.
Yeah, Courtney Cox getting older and older and older through them. And the last one, I mean, God,
that's the real horror.
Horror.
Yeah.
Take off the ghost face mask. I'm not wearing a mask.
She is not aged gracefully.
Thank you for watching this excerpt from Outpost Frequencies. Tune in live every Sunday at noon Central Time or 6 o'clock UK time. And also, remember to come to lastmovieoutpost.com for all your latest in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. We are the cool news now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next stream.